If there's one thing that human beings all have in common, it's the desire to understand the world around us. Granted, there are those among us who appear to be brain dead or just oblivious to their surroundings and wouldn't know the truth if it stepped on their toe. But some people are different. Some people really want the truth and are willing to go to any lengths to find it. Are you one of those people? Here you are. You're scouring the internet trying to find answers to your questions, typing in search terms until your fingers are numb and bouncing from one video or website to the next. All the while, you're filling your brain with information and you're accumulating knowledge. But let me ask you a serious question. Where has all this information gotten you? Are you a better person? Do you feel like you now understand the world around you? Have you gotten answers that fill that place inside of you that always feels empty? If your answer is no, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world have tried religion, education, or their own brand of knowledge gathering, only to be left with more questions than answers. With so many people, religions, and institutions saying they have the answers, and those institutions at odds with one another, how can this be the case? People don't want something that simply helps them get through the day. Honest people are looking for answers to the deep, abiding questions that we all seem to be born with. Those cold, hard questions that only dissipate like an icicle when touched with the warming rays of truth. That may not be the metaphor that you would have applied, but deep down, I think you know what I mean. Questions like, why am I here? Where did I come from? Why is life so difficult? How can someone who says they love you hurt you so badly? Why do children tear out your heart? Why is the world in such chaos? Why do I feel so alone? Why are debt, hunger, and homelessness so prolific in our world when there's enough for everyone? Why are feelings of happiness short-lived? Is there really a God? And if so, why does that God not put an end to this mess? And many, many more. One of the reasons that there seem to be so many questions, yet so few viable answers, is because the media, religion, educational institutions, and other organizations have slowly and insidiously conditioned people to believe that the truth is simply whatever you want it to be for you. In other words, people have come to believe that there is no single truth and that everything is relative. But I want to let you know that is absolutely not true. And this way of thinking that is so widespread is one of the primary reasons that you don't have answers and why the world is in such chaos today. Let me introduce you to Dr. Scott McQuaid. Many years ago, Dr. McQuaid was in the same situation that you are in today. He has always been the curious type and was the guy that sat in the front row of classes in the university and would ask questions. Unfortunately, far too many of his questions were met with, well, that's something that we're just not meant to know. And when he heard that lie for the last time, he knew that he had to do something about it. So, after spending more than 30 years in church, taking several trips overseas and around the country to experience the world, and about 10 years in university and seminary settings, Dr. McQuaid felt it was time that he learned the truth. So that is exactly what he did. Over the next decade, he spent literally tens of thousands of hours poring over ancient texts, including the Bible as well as the ancient writings of the Sumerians. During that time, he made some discoveries about these texts that had never been made before. And part of the reason that he was able to do that is because he had developed a unique and proprietary method of exegesis that has enabled him to uncover what's been hidden beneath the ancient texts. And now, after many years of developing that method and writing hundreds of pages to relay his findings, he would like to share those discoveries with you. What Dr. McQuaid has discovered firstly is that the truth of our existence, who put us here, why they put us here, and what our purpose is, has been so deeply hidden beneath the ancient texts that it has taken until this time in history to uncover it. It might sound strange to think something has been hidden from the world for so long, But we even see hints of this in the Bible, for instance in the book of Daniel, that was written about 2,600 years ago. In chapter 12, verse 4 of that book, we are told that the book was shut up until the time of the end, at which time it will again be opened. And this is the time in which we are living today. Furthermore, many of the great ancient teachers told us that even when the truth is available, it takes a whole lot of work to find it. Which is why they all spoke in parables, using metaphors and allegories to cover it, so only those who were able to understand it could do so. Why has Dr. McQuaid been able to uncover the truth, you might ask? Well, that's a good question, and the truth is that it's taken an extreme amount of time, money, and dedication to uncover the truth of these issues. But at the same time, what Dr. McQuaid has learned, and in turn what he will share with you, is like nothing you've ever heard in your life. And what you also need to know is that this information is literally not available from any other source on the planet, as a fact. Dr. McQuaid has looked for it, his students have searched for it, and thousands of others have tried to find it, and the fact is, it's simply not there. One thing that is truly fascinating is the fact that many of the truths that Dr. McQuaid has discovered were buried beneath the pages of the best-selling book of all time. And if you guessed that book is the Bible, then you are correct. The Bible, however, because of the way it has been misused and misunderstood by Christianity, has been incorrectly perceived as a religious book, and as a result, many have discounted its contents. The fact is, however, it is not a religious book and was never meant to be inextricably linked to the religion of Christianity. What the Bible is, quite literally, whether you believe it or not, is a secret repository of ancient hidden secrets that were buried far beneath the surface text and even beneath the languages with which it was written, such as the Hebrew, Greek, Aramaic, and others. And this is why no one, and I mean no one, ever has or ever will understand the true, secret, and all-important messages buried within that book by using any of those languages. This is one of the fallacies that have misguided millions of people in our world today, including pastors, scholars, and theologians, and this is why the information Dr. McQuaid has discovered is so liberating. Because of the plethora of lies that people have been conditioned to believe, many people falsely think that the truth is easy to find and free. This is why so many find themselves wasting precious time within free religious systems and also endlessly surfing the internet hoping to stumble across that free truth that will open their eyes and finally put them on the path to enlightenment. But the result of that philosophy is simply hundreds of wasted hours with nothing of value to show for it. As they say, you get what you pay for. In other words, free information is worth what you pay for it. Knowledge of the truth, I mean the kind that has the power to literally transform a person's life, has always been very difficult to find. And the reason that it is so hard to find is because those who wrote the ancient texts, the ones who knew the truth, buried it deeply within those same texts. These writers go by many names, some of which might shock you, but suffice to say for now that these are the same ones who rule our world today through the financial, religious, educational, and technological machinations they've created for the purpose of keeping you in the dark. They know the power of the word, meaning the language, and they rule by keeping that power out of your hands. But now that has all changed, and should you so choose, you can gain insight into the ancient secrets that have been kept from you. Now, for the first time ever, you can know the truth. To share this truth with you, Dr. McQuaid has created an online environment, the Inner Circle, that can be found at innercircle.us. The Inner Circle is a social network that he's developed to share his research with you and is not a religion, sect, or cult of any kind. And just so you know, the logo for the Inner Circle is from the Phoenician alphabet and is simply the oldest known symbol representing the Creator. Secondly, Dr. McQuaid understands that there are those shills who work for the government, whose names you might even know if I were to mention them, who pretend to have secret knowledge of aliens or government conspiracies, while they are actually just hired to distract you from knowing the truth. Well, Dr. McQuaid is not one of them. He is a regular man who is actually accessible and who has simply worked tenaciously for many years to uncover the truth, and he cares about people, which is why he is sharing these insights with you. Here are just a handful of things Dr. McQuaid has discovered that you will learn when you join the inner circle. What all-important spiritual information is the government hiding from you? Who built the Great Pyramid, and what significance does it have to you personally? What are UFOs and orbs, and where do they come from? How is the mysterious Egyptian Jed pillar connected to your genetics? What is the Ark of the Covenant, and what does it have to do with your DNA? Why is Israel so significant, and why have its ancient borders been hidden? What did the Red Sea that Moses parted really symbolize? What is the Holy Grail, and where is it located? What really happened in the Garden of Eden, and what is its location? What is the Bible really a secret symbol of? How is the Phrygian cap inextricably linked to the Great Tribulation? How can you survive the coming destruction and preserve your spirituality? Why do Freemasons use aliases, and what does it have to do with a secret stone? What secrets does the cuneiform language hold to solving the great mysteries? What is the cherub with the flaming sword that guards Eden, and where is it located? What famous figure integral to the founding of Christianity used an alias? Who is Lucifer, and what are her other names? What prominent leader in our world is literally a clone of an ancient fallen angel? Who is hiding behind the figure known as Yahweh in the Bible? What ancient sources were used for all of the stories in the Bible? Who was Jesus, really, and what was his real name, unknown to all theologians and scholars? What is the enigmatic millstone spoken of by Jesus and the Sumerians, really? What popular fairy tale is based entirely on a hidden story found in Genesis 1 and 2? What secret items in the Bible are shrouded references to your genetics? What is the significance of the name of red and blue in old paintings and movies? How are Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Queen Nefertiti inextricably linked? What is your government not telling you about the crucial prophecy of the fig tree? How will this prophecy have dire consequences for you and your family? What is the real meaning of the Great Tribulation? What molecules are secretly referenced by the ancient Sumerians and biblical scribes? What is the real meaning of the word repentance? What is the abomination of desolation, and where is it? Where can you go to actually touch Ezekiel's wheel in a wheel? What are your leaders not telling the world about procreation? Why do you already have the mark of the beast, and what is the real meaning of 666? What planet has the Illuminati hidden from the world, and why have they hidden it? Why is the ancient cuneiform language of such great importance for knowing the truth? What and where is hell? What were the serpent and the fruit really in the Garden of Eden? What prophecy of global destruction, spoken of by all cultures, is taking place right now? Why have the global leaders hidden the importance of the planet Saturn? Why is there such a struggle between the sexes? Why are all the pastors and scholars completely oblivious to these all-important issues, and many more? It's taken Dr. McQuaid many years and thousands of hours to uncover these secrets, and if you would like to learn the truth about these and many other issues that have been hidden from the world for thousands of years, and would like to obtain answers that you've never heard before, consider this your personal invitation from Dr. McQuaid to join the Inner Circle now at www.innercircle.us. This will be one of the best decisions you've ever made, and you will finally obtain answers to many of the deepest secrets that have been hidden from the world until now.